Hello everyone, I am Jomar Pacheco and we chose employment interview. Employment interview, an interview consisting a job conversation between a job applicant and a representative of an employer, which is conducted to assess whether the applicant should be hired. Employment interview have different types. First is face-to-face interview, in which you and the interviewer meet in person to discuss your credentials. Panel interview. In a panel interview, you would be facing questions from multiple interviewers. Then the panel interview include people from different departments or different disciplines. When two or more people interview you at the same time, example, manager, supervisor, or etc. Group interviews. In this type of interview, companies interview several candidates. Companies mostly use group interviews when they require to recruit multiple candidates in a short period of time. The point of this interview is to see how candidates choose to stand out from the other candidates. Telephonic interview. Companies often use telephonic interview to shortlist candidates for a subsequent face-to-face interview. When there are multiple rounds of interviews planned for a position, companies may conduct the telephonic interview in the first round. Telephonic interview is a phone call and it's much less costly in comparison to a face-to-face interview.
Video interviews. Companies usually conduct video interviews for remote position or in cases where it is not possible for the candidate to attend an interview in person. You can attend a video interviews using a PC, laptop, or smartphone. Video interviews. There are two main types of video interviews, live or synchronous, and recorded. For an asynchronous, live interviews are conducted over the internet with both the interviewer and the candidate in attendance. There are often interviewer and the candidate in attendance. They are often used as an alternative to an in-person interview. Off-site interview. Off-site interviews are mostly informal in nature. The recruitment manager may write you for a personal meeting over of dinner. Your etiquette or personality may be more in focus during this site of interviews. And what is off-site interviews? A potential employer has invited you to interview, but you realize that they like to meet the hiring manager at an off-site location versus coming into their offices. Stress interviews. Companies use stress interviews to see how a candidate faces in a stressful situation. You may encounter this type of interview if you are applying for a high-stress position. The interviewer may try to assess your ability to solve challenging problems. Stress interview. There are different types of stress interview. First, aggressive questioning. The first and most common type of stress interview that candidates face is aggressive questioning. Second, dismissive behavior and difficult hypothetical questioning. Broad behavior and lastly, random questioning.
Structured interview. So in a structured interview, the interviewer asks the same set of questions to all of the candidates. The interviewer then compares the responses of the candidates to find a suitable one. So structured interview, your interviewer asks the same question to your to all candidates. Then the interviewer compares your responses to other candidates to find the suitable one. Then the next is unstructured interview. Unstructured interview, the interviewer may change the question and ask follow-up question based on your response. They may have a few predetermined questions in mind but may modify them or add more questions based on how the interview progresses. So these types of interview is your interviewer change your questions and ask follow-up question based on your response, and the determined question in mind but they add them more question based on your progresses. Then the last one is case interview. Case interview, the interviewer gives you a problem or explain a situation and asks you to provide a solution. The problem of the situation given can be an imaginary one or based on a real life experience. The idea is to test your problem solving attitude at so these types of interview, your interviewer gives you a problem, then you as an interviewee, you solve or you provide a solution with the given problem of the interviewer. So the problem or the solution given by the interviewer is based on your real life or imaginary one. So that's all of my report.